In today's episode of Canadian Drone Pilot, we're going to review the Luke tablet holder along with RCGEEK cables that you can get all on Amazon. Stay tuned and we'll get on with the review. Alright, so let's take a look at the RCGEEK branded OTG cable, which is like considerably longer than what you'd get stock with your DJI controller for your Mavic Mini. And a lot of folks have been looking for a decent OTG cable. This one seems to be pretty good. It's braided and it's nylon braided, and it seems to work very well, at least in the tests that I've done so far. Now what I use as a tablet holder is the Lekufi tablet connector mount, and I like this because it's aluminum, it's lightweight, it's very well made, and this basically just splits apart like this, and then you can fold these arms down and together so you can see how that looks right there. Okay, then you take this big nylon nut here, you slip that over the end and you push that into the ball end of here, the swivel part, and then now you just tighten that up. Okay, so now as you can see, now you've got something to slip into your Mavic Mini controller. Alright, so we just slide that in there and we close everything up, and there you go. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Now the thing with the Mavic Mini controller is, I mean, it's nice to have that bigger iPad screen, and this is spring loaded. Okay, so I can take my iPad. This is a 6th generation iPad, and it uses the lightning cable connection at the end. So I'm going to mount this in my tablet here, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, and so there we go. There's a side profile there. Okay, and of course that's what it's looking like from the front. Now of course with the standard cable, there's no hope in Hannah that you're going to be able to get this to go from the micro USB port to the lightning port. So what you're going to need is a nice OTG cable. So again, RCGEEK, available on Amazon. You simply just plug one end, the micro USB part, into the top of your controller, right in there. And then just take this and plug it into your iPad, like so. There we go, we're plugged in, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn on our Mavic Mini here. So I'm going to power that up. And we're going to turn on our RC controller here. And then we're going to launch our DJI Fly app. So there's the Fly app starting to launch there. We've got our connection, and there's our connection. You can use your iPad with your Mavic Mini with no concerns at all with this RCGEEK's lightning cable. And the nice thing is it's all right angle connections. So you have, you know, this cable that's really unobtrusive, nicely tucked away. And yeah, just works great. And as you can see, I just expanded that screen and it's perfect. If I go to my maps, and that should load up in just a second here. We're indoors, so hey. This particular iPad does not have a built-in Wi-Fi connection, so you have one that has a mobile card in it. You can tether, if you need to, the Wi-Fi connection from your phone to your tablet. So if you know where you're going to be flying, you can download offline maps and then use those while you're out and about. But the whole premise of this was to show that this is doable. It is possible, and I'll put the links in the video description below of the Lekufi tablet holder, which is great, and it's fully adjustable, as you can see. So whatever angle you need. You can also get a hood for this to cover that if you wanted to, you know, not get a lot of light in here. And I'll put a link to that video, that description, to that link. I'll put a link in the video description below. Wow. Okay, it's been that kind of a day. But as you can see, you know, this is great. You're not having to deal with a dinky little phone, tiny screen. Now you've got something pretty beefy, and again, focusing on this OTG cable that's available on Amazon, branded by RCGEEK. And again, the thing I like about this cable is it's nylon braided. It's a good quality OTG cable. They have this for most types of connections, but typically it's used for the Spark, because you can go from the Spark has a micro USB, as you know, and any DJI controller that uses micro USB, you can go from that to either using the Lightning connection, or if you have an Android device, you can use the cable for the USB-C type connection. And there's also a micro USB as well, micro USB to micro USB. So you have that option as well. So far, the testing has proven that I'm getting great connectivity. There's no issues. This cable is very flexible, very forgiving. Of course, you don't want to give it some really hard kinks, because at any point, some cable's going to bend and you're going to fracture the wires. But the nice thing is that this has got a lot of flexibility to it, as you can see, and essentially, gets the job done. I mean, right there and then. Now, you've got something that's really decent to use, easy to see. As you get older and you need these, it's just awesome. It's awesome having this capability. The fact that the Mavic Mini doesn't really have a screen, you have your emergency home button here, you have your record and your switch from camera to video on the right here, and of course you've got your controlling for your gimbal on the back. So really the controls are pretty simplistic. You have all the controls here as you would normally, and if you need to, you can just take a peek over top to see what's going on. But for the most part, your tablets through your DJI Go Fly app is going to give you all the information you need. And yeah, I mean, really inexpensive purchase, but one that eliminates a lot of grief. I would even use this for like iPhone. These RCGEEK cables are nice and deep, so they should be able to reach that connection point in your rubberized case. So again, the cable is awesome. A good quality OTG cable, again by RCGEEK. No, I'm not sponsored by these guys. This is just something that I saw on Amazon, did some research on, and said, hey, this would be good to share to all of you who are looking at a longer cable solution for either a micro USB to USB-C cable, replacing this really dinky short cable from DJI, and or one that uses a Lightning connection as well. All right. So if you found this video informative and helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me to know that I'm kind of on the right path to sharing some good information. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to have some more content coming, and there's some things that just are practical and they work. And most of them are pretty inexpensive or reasonably priced. At the end of the day, you want to make sure you're getting something that's of decent quality, of great value, and that's going to add some flexibility to flying. So again, I'll put the links in the video description all below, but give it a thumbs up if you like this video and you like the content. If you have any great suggestions, list them below. So as always, fly safe, fly smart. And it's Rich G here for CanadianDronePilot. And stay warm if you're in a winter climate like I am in Canada, where we haven't seen too many good flying days. And I was hoping to get out today, but at wind gusts at 64 kilometers an hour, no, that just wasn't going to happen. Anyways, take care for now. We'll catch you next time. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next episode of Canadian Drone Pilot. Cheers.